Together in the death throes, I'll sing your praises, I'll make it echo, I'll sink my fangs in, I'll drain the vessels. You are my mecca, you're my loneliest head.
DFCRadio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high.
All right, welcome. It's 5 o'clock. The kitchen's open. You know what that means. Sit back, get ready for Farm to Table Cannabis on DFZ Radio. We got a good show for you today. We're the only show bringing you cannabis reviews, the top edible companies in the industry, the best gardening products, and all around good recipes and knowledge. So today, we've got Chronic Elixir in the studio. Fantastic company coming out of the SoCal area with these infused medicated elixirs. We've got several flavors to talk about today. Jason and Andrew are in the studio. You have to stick around to listen. Catch their interview coming up after the first commercial break. And we've also got some current events. We've got Jerome, You Know What's Good, coming in the studio at some point. I think he's stopping at the liquor store to get some beer.
Yeah, he needs to get his beer.
We got the same guy here every week, the fucking best sound man in the industry, Saint, my dude. Thank you so much for making me look good and sound good. And hopefully you're listening and watching on the app. And you can get hooked up just for calling in, 562-653-0707. So
Listen up.
It's a hot week. Shit's cracking again. The weather's already interrupting people's travel plans. And we had another Cannabis Cup that just finished up there in Northern California, up at Santa Rosa. And a couple of people want to give a shout out to the best glass. Where's Jerome when you need him? First place, Jerome Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Who took the glass. He'd be all over this right now. And I'd like to give a shout out to the folks that did the best product over there at Mint Chocolate Chip, the Chip Seeds by Exotic Genetics. So those guys always come hard. They also got best booth. And best edible, that goes to the first place for Strawberry Express Edible Tincture by Val's Organics with the Weed Studio City and Critical Minds. So the judge says, quote, "The taste was great, very subtle, strawberry that wasn't overpowering. The texture wasn't too thick like others. The effects were great too, would highly recommend it." Yeah, a good picture of that too, looks good. You should look at that.
That's pretty good.
Best topical, first place, the Hawaiian Cream by Val again. I'm going to skip the judge statement this time. He just says something about it being creamy and smooth. And best CBD edible goes to Caramel CBD Dark Chocolate by Chill, the highest chocolate. So the judge said some great things and flattering things about that as well. First place for the best CBD vape pen and the pineapple. So no, you know what? I'm not even going to go over it because vape pens, it's a diamond. Every other week there's a new fucking crown. You know, you're paying for your advertisement magazine. But shout out to everyone that won up there at the High Times magazine and the flower guys. Those guys that came in with the flowers in first place too, and the concentrates and Valley B and those dudes over there. Those guys did a first place win too. So congratulations. And that opens up to the news, which is, you know, people up there at the High Times Cup, they're looking for all these opportunities to, spread these awesome products out to the community. And, a couple months ago, CBD took a hit, got rescheduled as a Class 1, and people are like, how am I going to make my products? How am I going to be able to compete? And then now it seems like there's even more stuff in the works, and hopefully this will be a positive for some of you out there in the CBD tincture and edible world. And the article is from Westworld. It's by Thomas Mitchell. It's by June 2nd, 2018. So the DEA just quietly approved CBD. The industrial hemp industry may have gotten a nod of approval from the Drug Enforcement Administration in late May, when the agency clarified that all the compounds of cannabis fall under the Controlled Substance Act, referencing a 2004 decision by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that extended non-psychoactive cannabinoids from the federal government's definition of marijuana. The announcement came after the DEA says it has received numerous inquiries on the matter. Products and materials that are made from the cannabis plant, which fall outside the CSA definition of marijuana, such as sterilized seeds, oils, and cake made from seeds and mature stock, are not controlled under the CSA. Such products may accordingly be sold and otherwise distributed throughout the United States without restriction under the CSA or its implementing regulations, reads an internal directive from the DEA dated May 22nd. So the mere presence of cannabinoids is not itself dispositive of whether a substance is within the scope of the CSA. The dispositive question is whether the substance falls within the CSA definitions of marijuana. Although THC is the psychoactive component in cannabis is the most prevalent cannabinoid in the recreational form of the plant, strains of recreational cannabis and industrial hemp have shown to have high in cannabidiol and cannabigerol, I can't ever pronounce that one right, and other cannabinoids as selective breeding techniques improve. These cannabinoids don't impair users, but have the ability to help with a variety of medical issues such as anxiety, pain, sleeping disorders, inflammation, and skin irritation. So it's a changing world, you know. A bill that passed in Colorado General Assembly that would have allowed marijuana dispensaries to open their own testing rooms was vetoed too. And it's just the state of Colorado approved these measures, and it just goes on to talk about what could become of the CBD opportunity for people. So we look at this ever-changing scope of the cannabis industry, and as more and more products come out and more regulations and testing comes into play, we're going to see more people trying to enter the field. So let's hope that this article weeds out some of the good, lots of pun intended, and finds a way for people to do this CBD thing too, because it really is a great way to medicate and keep your body healthy with the CBD, anti-inflammatory, all kinds of beneficials. So that's our news for this week. Where's Jerome with our beer?
He should be pulling up any minute.
So we're going to take a quick break, then we're going to come back. We're going to talk to Andrew and Jason about the Chronic Elixir. And you're going to do some cannabis-infused mixed drinks in here. So 562-653-0707. Call in. We got our product spotlight of the week. Everyone that calls in wins.
It's Calibots and the movement, yeah. Bobby Hustle, no. Such a clean habit, yeah. Whoa. You know I gotta have it, it ain't gonna lead nowhere. Except the many leeches and the people with the power, but nobody cares. Cause all I do is sit and dream about drinking and women and music. It's just gonna give me another reason to use and abuse it. But still I gotta, I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn. Search for the high grade in a mistache. And watch the girl them wind up like me they a calibash. Boy, feeling so good, couple grams in a me pocket. If you not smoke, that's okay, but don't you knock it. God bless the nation. Enough people have a high grade occupation. Yeah, me say so anytime you see me, when you see me, eyes red up, yeah. It's a habit, not go let up, yeah. Cause all me really need is a little bit of weed and a woman by my side and a reggae beat, yeah. And I bet you never know until you do it now. Moment come in, tell them how the habits feed them now. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn. Yeah.
I smoked a zip in an afternoon. It's 5 o'clock, I'm trying to smoke all evening too. So where you want to? Do you have a next thing? Cause I got a habit and it needs addressing. You know I wanna hold it, break it up and roll it, twist it up and fold it. Any kind of way, I'm an addict like the ceiling, in need of that healing. If I can't have it, I'ma feel some type of way. So when we start smoke, we not stop smoke. I'm from the West Coast, riding with the best smoke. You know, say it's the movement. Cali and the hustle in the streets, them see me moving. Ganja man, the hustle still. You know I got a way of vanishing like the smoke in the sky. I gotta have it to manage the pain like smoke in my eye. Sometimes I light it up just to...
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9,
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
DFZRadio.com.
All the dab on me, man. All the drip on me and G Bentley, man. Ain't know what the fuck going on, man. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. Got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. I got all the dab on me. All the drip on me. I got all the dab, all the dab. All the drip, all the drip. I got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip.
Throw the bitch a whole nother bean. Got a moon walking like she Billie Jean. She say she on 3, that's triple team. Say she on 3, that's triple team. And I'm fucking around and hit 3 niggas. Goddamn shawty, that's triple beam. 40 hanging out a nigga denim jean. 40 hanging out a nigga denim jean. And I'm kicking shit, no bully. She walked in the bed like screw me. But it pat down my foolie. I used to be bro, didn't know me. Swift with me, I ain't talking boom game. Me and everybody hit the motherfucking floor. Got a rollie on my wrist, couple hundreds on my feet. I'm a shilly bitch, you already know. Late night in the church with the killer gorillas and thug niggas in the motherfucking creature. And I'ma throw the D real for a little nigga, and you know that your bitch the receiver. Nigga ain't gon' win on the beetle. Make the whole stand still black beetle. Bitch, you flying them motherfucking eagle. Bitch, you flying them motherfucking eagle.
Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. Got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. I got all the dab on me. All the drip on me. I got all the dab, all the dab. All the drip, all the drip. I got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Get your man down, since sunshine. I run the south, I run sun up the sundown. We can put them friends up, put them guns down. Or we can put them guns on them which way you want now. Get it with the bird, everybody down. Blue fade rollers and them diamonds on bust down. Had it bad, now you better hush now. Hey, bitch, I been dabbing, bitch, I been having. Rolling all gas, that's a mush now. I ran on the red, that's a touchdown.
All right, Saint got me dabbing. This song's fucking hard. Who is this, Saint?
This is YZDB.
Welcome back, Farm to Table Cannabis, man. We keep it lit in here. Jerome's in the studio now. Welcome, buddy. He's happy. He's feeling it. He's reading something funny in his Instagram.
I did.
He's chuckling. So I'm going to keep it serious for a minute. I'm going to talk about something true and close to my heart. The folks over there in the big island of Hawaii, out there in the village of Puna and the Lahaina Estates, they're definitely going through it right now. What other hydroponic store do you know in the nation that's got a fucking active volcano cutting their highway off and burning homes down? So just want to give a shout out and tell you guys about their GoFundMe at their GoFundMe.com/Hawaii-volcanic eruption. If you guys could go donate, everything helps right now. We've got a lot of growers out there that lost everything. And just like it is when it's a natural disaster in NorCal, or when there's a hurricane in the Gulf, or in something on the East Coast, it's, you know, it never enough really is a statement. You know, the Red Cross can only do so much, so to help people is a big help. And it's the land of beautiful people, good trees, and pineapples. So donate if you can. That's GoFundMe.com/Hawaii-volcanic eruption. So shout out to Andrew and those guys over at Puna Garden Supply. We're all with you guys for sure. So, and we'll just keep the subject on pineapples too while we're at it, guys. I mean, no, it's a hard segue. Jerome's got the got the pineapple tattoo over there.
Yeah, when I won the grow, I got that.
You got
when I got 25 pounds off of one plant.
Tell them how much weed you got off one plant again.
No, I almost got 4 pounds. It was like 3.72, 1,666 grams.
And that's our humble co-host. So welcome. I'd like to welcome to the show, everyone. Chronic Elixir.
I'll challenge anybody out there to find them a better grower than me. I'll run your facility with less people, less money, less.
Did he just do a commercial on there?
Yeah, straight up.
Holy shit!
I'll even use everything Hawthorne makes to make your better garden.
Now you got my interest. Now let's talk to the sponsor. So, anyways, let's talk to the guests in the studio tonight. We've got Chronic Elixir. We've got Andrew and Jason in the building, and introduce yourself, guys. First of all,
I'm Jason. I've been in the cannabis industry about 8 years now, and we make Chronic Elixir.
Andrew?
My name is Andrew. I've been in the business for about 12, 13 years now.
Now let's just make it comfortable. Let's tell people how this shit lined up. Like me and you were standing in line at a fucking cannabis cup on a hot ass April day. Just the line was horrible, and I see you, and I'm like, hey, I think that's the Chronic Elixir guy. And you were so welcoming. Your hospitality was so nice. Everyone else was in a bad mood. You somehow were putting up with it way better than a lot of other people, and somehow I got you on the show. So thank you for coming on, you guys. And if you guys don't know about Chronic Elixir, they got 3 different flavors. They got lots of things coming out, and I'm gonna let Jason tell you about the first flavor and what inspired you guys to get into the industry. So
listen up.
What do we got here?
We got strawberry, and it's a water-soluble cannabis syrup. It's cannabinoid infused, so it's got a very high bioavailability and a fast absorption. And that's my favorite flavor, personally.
I dig the strawberry. I dig the strawberry. For probably one of the first flavors your eyes gravitate to because it's got that red. But now let's talk about my favorite one here. Andrew, tell me about the pineapple.
Well, the pineapple is another favorite of ours, too. It's been a popular one amongst a lot of people, especially the way it mixes up in a lot of the Caribbean drinks, smoothies, and everything like that. And the big one is they like you make it a cactus cooler. You add it into an orange Fanta, and there you go.
Mixing with
that's a lot of people's safe word, too. It's pineapple juice.
Oh, you love that one, doesn't you?
That's why you got it on your arm?
That's why he's got it on his arm.
Safe word is pineapple juice.
So you guys gardeners, or you guys source your own ingredients?
We source our own ingredients.
That's fantastic. And that means you guys have your finger on the pulse of what's going into your product. You can use the highest quality standards and things that go into your product.
At all times, yeah.
Now, is it the infusion method? I got to right out the rip. I would assume that it's distillate because it's thick, but what do you guys got in here?
It's a full spectrum oil, not a distillate. So you're able to get the full cannabinoids.
And that goes down to that super bioactive availability. So that is a little bit easier for your body to absorb, or?
Well, it helps it to where it's a lot easier for your body to absorb, and it seems to be easier on the stomach too as well, like stomach lining. And
so that's really big for people that have an illness or might be wanting to medicate without means of smoking and keeping it simple.
Well, that's one big thing. I mean, me personally, having celiac and Crohn's disease, I find it sometimes like very acidic when you smoke, just the heat alone, and you're just
a lot of people would say it causes their acid reflux.
Yeah,
and
it
stuff
does
too.
Sometimes. And like we all love dabbing and all that, but that's just going to add a little more to it. So I needed something out there that was going to be dairy free, gluten free, organic. Something I knew that this is what it says we put on the bottle is exactly what's on the bottle, and if it's not going to mess me up, then it can't mess anyone up.
Right. So you were your own guinea pig for the future.
Much.
So if it wasn't good enough for
Jason
you,
was running it with me, and we were just going back and forth, and we were doing R&D, and I was pretty much the guinea pig.
So a person with health issues, you're thinking about people that are going to be consuming your stuff the same way that you're using it as a benefit. Now,
this guy can't eat anything.
Word. Okay.
No.
We got a couple people over at
sold. I'm ready to prevent cancer. Hand it over.
Yeah, that's it too. So the first thing new, because a lot of people are doing this syrup craze. Okay,
yeah.
You see, everyone wants to replicate the look of the not
the
just
lean.
the rappers, but the lean, and the methadone. I mean the promethazine,
mm-hmm.
And with the promethazine bottle and the look of that, I just don't think it's a good look for the cannabis industry. It's not a good look for edibles. The first thing that stands out to me about your product is it doesn't remind me anything like that. My head goes completely away from that pharmaceutical packaging and stuff like that. So that's a big compliment. That's a farm to table +1 right there. And then you went with the fruit flavors. A lot of the other stuff go with that generic grape syrup flavor,
mm-hmm.
or like a candy flavor.
Mm-hmm.
farm to table. Again, plus you going with the flavors of fruits here. So we really dig that. But what inspired you guys to go with this instead of, some of the other routes, instead of the Me Too? Why did you guys, what kept it so original? Because
I wanted a beverage, and I wanted something. I'm a dabber. I'm a big smoker, like big joints, big blunts. And I wanted something that I could sip on, you know what I mean? Because you need something to drink when you're smoking a lot. So I wanted something, and I'm not too big into the desserts, and at the time, the majority now we have a lot of other edibles like potato chips and stuff. But back when I first started thinking about this, it was more just like brownies, cookies, and I'm not too into that, like personally myself.
Right. Well, I mean, it's filling too.
Exactly. So I sought out to try and make a water soluble syrup that would be a good, beverage additive, and we're very proud of the fact that it is truly water soluble.
Well, and the full spectrum in there too. Not a lot of people are infusing like that right now. And for folks that don't know, like, can you talk about like the maybe not the method without giving out any trade secrets, but the benefits of the full spectrum?
You're getting all the cannabinoids
and the synergistic effects.
So
basically,
you're in the same sense that yes, your cartridges and your pens are going to get you really high if you keep puffing on them, but it's a different high than if you were to sit down and smoke a big old joint. Because you're getting like the full effect of all the cannabinoids and everything that goes into the cannabis plant. That also being said, it's a nano emulsion, so the particle size of the cannabis oil is broken down very, very small, which adds for a very quick absorption. That's the bioavailability I was talking about earlier. But we're very, very proud of the full water soluble in the sense that I'm not going to name any names, but some syrups you'll notice some stuff floating in the cup.
And it gets stuck to the bottom too. Yeah. Like when you go to pour it out, you poured all the liquid out, and at the bottom there's some, I'm assuming that's the goods. That's the goods stuck to the bottom of the jar, and now I have to put water in there and mix it up and drink it. So I don't see that with you guys.
No,
I've got one here that I've had open for a couple of drinks, because I can't do a full 375 to the face like my co-host over here.
I'll booth test anything.
Yeah. But so like I noticed that I had it sitting in my backpack through a festival. It was hot. It came out. The consistency is the same as it was when I first had it. So that definitely goes into something about that full spectrum and the way it absorbs into the liquid.
Mind you, Devin got high off of duels in high school.
Jerome got addicted to Zima in high school.
I got addicted to who drank Zima.
wait. It was sucking dick for Zima, and he didn't even drink. No, right? That's a good one. Right?
You just had a flashback. Sucking
dick
for DM what?
DMT. I'm sorry. I'll do anything for that high again, man. No, we're back. Just joking. Little riffing.
You need some of this in your life, homie.
I do. I think we should drink up some of this. So I'm gonna ask you guys another question, and then while I ask you and you guys are answering, I'm gonna mix up a cannabis cocktail, and then I'll walk everyone through it.
Can I ask a question?
Jerome, you got questions?
Favorite, he said the strawberry was his favorite, and I know it was into desserts, but he was talking all this hype on the pineapple. Why do you like the strawberry over the pineapple?
I'm like a strawberry sour candy kind of guy, and I'm also just a strawberry guy in general. Strawberry syrup on pancakes, strawberry strawberry milkshakes, you know what I mean?
So for people that like strawberries, this is it.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on that.
It's really hard. Yeah. It's really hard to be kind of biased on any of the flavors because the way I look at it is like, what type of day are you having? And it's like, is it a smoothie type morning? And you're like, okay, cool. It could be any three of the flavors.
Now, if you're allergic to pineapple, can you still drink this? Does it have actual pineapple in it?
Yes, it's just natural flavoring.
I know a few people that are allergic to pineapple of all things. It's funny. I think everybody is to a certain extent.
Well, yeah, the pineapple's got a natural effect to kind of like eat you as it's the only plant that eats you as you're eating it.
It's the bromine, right?
That's what they said, right? Is that the name of the product in there? The chemical, the bromine. So what I'm gonna? No, he was looking at me. No. Oh, I forget you guys. I can't hear you because I don't got the headphones on. But I'm gonna whip up a cocktail for you guys using some of this. All right. This is called the old. This one right here is called the old classic.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's only had 3 or 4 dabs. He actually took down half the bottle of Malibu right before we came on air, and that was followed by a half a bottle of Jameson, 3/4 shot of lemon, right? Yeah, you
syrup,
switched it up in
painkillers,
your
cigarettes,
mouth,
weed, Hennessy, chronic elixir, All right, so we're gonna do about a teaspoon in each one of these.
I like your teaspoons are like
those are
tablespoons.
decent.
That's a little much there for a teaspoon.
We'll call them
Check me
tablespoons.
out. We also got some chamoy, which is like an apricot.
Does that got Red 40 in it, Doug?
Probably. And a little chili seasoning in there. And then
all of a sudden, our healthy cocktail became super unhealthy.
we're going to talk about getting crossfaded today. What are your guys' opinions on that? Mixing the old cannabis with the
that has
alcohol.
been a
every day.
All for it.
Yeah, that's been a pretty big question with a lot of our consumers. Is like, do people mix up a lot of times? And the answer is yes. I mean, it's not something I've recommended, but hey, if you're mixing up your own cocktail and all that, like, do it properly.
Dude, I got mad respect for all the soccer moms that live out there popping Xanax all day.
We're trying. That's what we're trying to
do. They're like, I'll carpool all your kids. Pop, 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 pop.
Yep.
Just zonked out.
Here, Jerome, this one's specially made for you.
Damn.
Hey, here, hold on. Let me see their.
How many
their
milligrams
stuff.
is that?
Here, just add a little.
Jerome, we just put the whole 375 mils in there.
Damn.
Hold on, let's get some medicated dab tahini on there too.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
I like the tahini here.
Gotta get the tahini in there. Would you like some tahini?
Oh, I'm good.
He's good on the tahini. He says he's good. All right. So the next flavor, what do we got here? We got the watermelon. So watermelon. What goes good with the watermelon? Some Sprite.
Sprite goes good.
Chicken.
Tea goes good.
Sprite.
All right. So next we're going to hit it with the Sprite.
That dirty Sprite.
We're gonna make it leaned out.
Man, I
some
still
of
want
watermelon.
some of that sauce, man.
Boom. Yikes. Let's go half of it. Fuck it.
Yeah, proper.
We're going all the way.
Danger zone.
All the way up. And then what do you think? A little bit more lime in there? That can't hurt. Hell yeah. We doing cannabis cocktails on the Farm to Table Cannabis show. Try not to cut our finger off live on Instagram and internet.
The taste, right?
We get some more lime in there.
It reminds me of fucking childhood all of a sudden.
What flavor?
Strawberry.
Watermelon, right?
Oh, I hit that right on my fucking.
Hydroponic chef approved chronic elixir. Got a cup of Sprite. We got 375 milligrams of the watermelon flavored chronic elixir.
It's almost like a Jolly Rancher.
I'm going to the face with this one.
It is.
I'm fucked. Whew. That tastes good. That's nice. You got your beer over there still, Saint?
Yeah, let me get some of that tahini over there.
Yeah, we gotta hit him all the way up too.
Give him some Red 40.
So shout out to Dab Chelada. Those two make a great drink combination right there at the Chronic
Here,
Elixir.
just lick the edge of the glass and pour the tahini on there.
Here you go, Saint.
It'll
Mr.
stick.
Soundman.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pour your beer in there. And then we got to take this call right now. So we're going to take this call, see if they got some questions out here. We got Butch out there in Philly.
Oh, man.
What's up, Butch?
Butch is in Philly?
What's up, guys?
For
What's
real?
going on, man? How y'all feeling out there?
I'm feeling. Are you really in Philly, dog?
He's really in Philly, and we feeling lovely.
So I watch these food channel things on the Philly cheesesteak controversy. Who's the best?
On the Philly cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Shout out to your local.
Go to Jim's on 62nd and Cattle Hill.
Boom. This
Yeah.
guy, he
Do they
knows-
do the cheese whiz or they do the real
They
cheese?
do whiz with fried onions. That's all y'all need.
Hey, tell me, is it
Butch
good?
knows what he's talking about.
Go for the whiz or the whiz with the
Jim's
cheese?
on 62nd and Cattle Hill. Tell them Butch sent you. They know me.
That's right.
Man,
But
you got a punch card too.
Butch is a hookup dude. Don't let him know. So what? You got a question for us today, Butch? What's up, man?
Yeah, I do have a question. I'm a first-time grower over here. You know, just trying to make my own stuff. So I ain't got to buy no more and all that other
Make
stuff.
a way out of no way. I feel you.
Yeah. You know, my problem that I'm having is when I flush my plant for like a week or so with straight pH water, and after it dries out, I put it in jars in complete darkness, but I still have hay smell. It ain't got that flavor that I want from, you know, like when I buy it from, you know, whoever.
I'm gonna ask you one question, and then I'm gonna let Joan interrupt me because I know he wants to jump in here. So, are you de-leafing before you hang it, or are you leaving the leaf on there?
The first time I de-leafed it. The second time I didn't. But the first one when I de-leafed, when I took most of the leaves off, it was a little bit better.
There's your ticket right there, I would say, because when you take off the fan leaves when you're hanging, that chlorophyll doesn't get a chance to get sucked back up into the plant, and also that the airflow when the leaves are sitting on it, it doesn't get a chance to get that airflow too. So that helps to lead to that nasty, what you call the hay smell too. And also bagging it too early is a lot of things. People that bag too early. The curing is a really lost art. And we're in different times now. We're in the ages of commercial cannabis production where people have time and they have a minute to sit on the product and actually cure it correctly using the cure barrels and humidistatic controlled rooms and doing it proper. Now, maybe you can't do that in a home grow, but you can do every precaution necessary when you are drying to make sure you reserve some of those flavors and those smells. So first things first, tear off all the fan leaves. That's a good, that's a good place to start right there. Tear off all your fan leaves. Make sure that can help with the airing out of your plant and let your plant dry faster. And then second of all, you're going to want to wait for that snap. When you take a branch and you give it that snap, that's a good time to start trimming. And then from there, you can put it in a not plastic. That's the first thing. Your plastic is your worst friend right there. Don't throw it in a turkey bag, all right? Like a metal drum, cardboard. Boxes have worked too, but it's got to be the specific non-absorbing cardboard because that can also make your tree smell bad if you throw it in like a regular cardboard bag from the store or a shoebox. Those are definitely no-no. So hit up your local hydro store if you got them out there in Philly and then ask them for one of those things called the metal jars. You know what I'm talking about? Not the mason jars. Those are great. That's a great way to do it too. But the sea vaults. Thank you, Saint, from the Heavy Tea Grow Show.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Jerome, you're welcome to jump in if you got any opinions too.
I don't know. That's a lot of sea vaults for me if I had to do that. I'll tell you right
in
now.
an industrial situation, yes.
Well, in all reality, if you're looking for connoisseur grade stuff, you got to think of it like this. When you pull down your product and you're hanging it, a lot of people tell you pull off leaves, this, that. I personally will just say this. Those leaves, when you go and dry the plant, whether they're bigger water leaves or sugar leaves that are sticking out more, they start to curl down. And what that does to me is it protects the crystals from getting oxidation. It creates almost like a little humidity pocket. But you got to make sure when you're curing these, you have the proper environment. So for me, 65 degrees, 60% humidity is ideal. Now, if you're drying an abundance of stuff, it's hard to keep it at 60% because what I say is if you set your dehu to 60%, typically because of the actual, we'll call it the dead man, or when it actually kicks on, it'll peak to 65, setting it at 60. So if you want it to not peak above 60, you set it for 55. If you want it to not peak above 65, you set it for 60. So here's the thing. When you actually cure the product, I usually start it at about 50%. After about a day or two, I'll drop it down to about 55%, then to 60. And for most people out there that are looking at the little humidipacks that you put in your product, they come in average ranges from 62% up to about 75%. Just remember, anything above the 62% is to re-moisten the product. Old school methods, you would take some corn tortillas. You throw it in the bin. When those tortillas are crispy, obviously that humidity went back to the product. Now, you don't have to do that with the humidipacks because they use a reverse osmosis water, which is a little bit sterile and cleaner method. So when you're trying to dry a product properly, you got to think about this. Yes, you want to look for that snap and stem, but also remember that unless you're in a very dry climate, and we're talking at a climate where you have a natural humidity outdoors of 40% or lower, typically, your product is never going to dry too much, meaning when you take it off the plant, let's say 7 to 14 days off the plant, you can let it get really crispy. Getting a plant to re-moisten, especially after you've broke it down off of the sticks and stems, is very, very easy. Just by adding those humidipacks, you can control the humidity content of the product. But getting that grassy smell is usually typically from bagging it or jarring it before the product has developed a complete dry level throughout the bud, meaning the moisture in the middle of the bud is always going to seek its way back out to the plant. So as it dries out, you got to think of that bud as kind of like a sponge. If your sponge is wet in the middle and it's dry on the outside, that moisture is only going to wick towards the outside. If you have excess moisture at the middle of that sponge, meaning the bud, and you put it in a jar or bag too early, you're going to have more of that grassy hay smell. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is even though it feels crispy doesn't mean it's dry or ready to bag. And even when you've first bagged it, you want to make sure you're going in there and at least once a day burping the bag, tumbling them if you have them in turkey bags. People used to put them in brown bags for a little bit of time after they took them off of the sticks, when they felt like they were crispy enough, but they weren't completely dry, you put them in a brown grocery store bag. That brown bag will start to leach out some of the excess humidity, but it won't create an environment where it's not getting enough oxygen, so it replaces the air inside of the bag too, and you get that grassy smell.
Are you following there, Butch?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah.
So for me, we have large commercial rooms. I dry them at 65, 60 towards the last days. As they get trimmed, they go to the trimmers. The trimmers trim them. One of our guests, I think it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, was a Triminator crew. They make a moisture content meter, and there's a lot of different companies that do that, but I know they do one particular that's inexpensive, and you can actually go through your grow room and while things are drying or curing and actually look at the percentage values of the actual moisture content of the actual buds themselves. And if you're looking for a 3 to 5%, a 5 to 6, it doesn't matter where you're looking for as far as the levels. That meter will just nail it down for you to be precise. If you're just trying to grow some connoisseur stuff for yourself, $100, $150 investment is going to save you a bunch when those Acer only cost you $5-10 now to grow once you break it down.
There you go, Butch. We got you covered, man. So since you called in and you got that free gardening advice from Jerome, we're also going to hook you up with some Rapid Start, some products from our sponsors over at General Hydroponics. The Rapid Start's active ingredient is willow bark extract and some alfalfa meal. It's going to help grow prolific roots, those secondary nutrient uptaking roots that'll lead to bigger fruits. So thank you so much for calling in, man. And before you go, I want you to pick a letter, D, R, I, N, K, or O.
I'm going to pick K.
K?
For my nephew.
All right, we dropping it in the K slot. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
shit. Jerome's got to drink the K.
All right.
The K is a wonderful concoction of green tea mixed with some strawberry juice and a little bit of tahini.
Dude, I don't even drink green tea. Let me get something else but green tea.
Okay, well, fuck it. If he's down.
I got a #1 fan, man. I'm going to be listening in now.
Hey, Butch, we appreciate you, man. Yeah,
I'll do another one.
You hit me up in the DM. Shoot me your information, and we'll get that product shipped out to you, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it, guys.
Hydroponic Chef on Instagram.
Stay blessed up.
Thank you, Butch. Much shout out to you in Philly, man.
Hey,
All right,
Devin, want a
guys.
shameless plug for your sponsors?
Oh, do it, man. You know we love it.
It was funny because
Hold on,
I had
we
this
gotta-
conversation with people, and we were talking about all the good weed back in the day. How many fucking products could you buy back in the day to grow your shit that weren't General Hydroponics? So it's like everybody's, that good OG back in the day, the homie grew.
Guess who grew it with?
All fucking use the same shit.
Right.
There's so many nutrients today that weren't around back in the day. So when people don't realize this shit, it's like when they're like, oh no, this nutrient just came out. You got to understand is like people will still say to this day, this weed from 10 years ago was better. But you got to understand there was like fucking 2-3 choices, and a lot of them came from Home Depot or Armstrong's, not from your hydro store back in the day. So a lot of
shout out to our sponsors over at General Hydroponics. Thank you, Jerome, for the compliments over there. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and talk to more with Chronic Elixir, Andrew and Jason. 562-653-0707.
Hey. I got no motherfucking choice. You been? Hey. What you tell me? I don't want what a motherfucking man gave me that pack, I'ma beat it up. Little bitty bitch, she gon' throw me that pussy, you know your niggas gon' beat it up. And these niggas hating on them niggas trip, but you bitch, boy, you know you gon' eat it up. Straight out of bed, don't do the leave it up. Ain't got no trouble but to beat it up. Beat it up. Beat the pack in your way. You know I'm beat it up. Beat it up. Beat the pack in your way. You know I'm beat it up. And these niggas hating on them niggas trip, but you bitch, boy, you know you gon' eat it up. Straight out of bed, don't do the leave it up. Ain't got no trouble but to beat it up. I just fucked around and read up. Seen that they bend up with my feet up. Trap out that bitch to the lease up. On the perfect nigga with my feet up. And I got no gas in that bitch, but a nigga scrapped up with that heater. So can't now nigga see ya. Hey, king like they wanna be ya. Hey, baby, winning with it lame man. Boy, the nigga still tryna keep up. Pull up in that all black motherfucker, hot back like on a good reaper. And I want the whole thing for the pep cross time, a little cheaper. And if a nigga try to take some, then I'm wrecking you and your people. Hey, good gang, got it straight out the city. Big black smoking on Peter Creamin'. These niggas sometime in mother consistent. Young boss nigga, I just look like the list. Faces on me like a young nigga criminal. Laces in my boots, I ain't never trippin'. Baby, when I'm steady college, she trippin'. She swear, nigga, I ain't fucking you, bitch. I'm just overstanding. I'm just trying to put her in the mansion. She never seen any more money before. She used to them niggas be having. Hey, I swear all my niggas we having. Bitch, we trippin', damn. All I wanted was a motherfucking man, bro. Gave me that pack, I'ma beat it up. Little bitty bitch, she she gon' throw me that pussy, you know your niggas gon' beat it up. And these niggas hating on them niggas trip, but you big boy, you know you gon' eat it up. Straight out of man, don't just leave it up. Ain't got no trouble, but to beat it up. Beat it up, beat it back in, yo what? You know me, beat it up, beat it up, beat it back in, yo what? You know me, beat it up. And these niggas hating on them niggas trip, but you big boy, you know you gon' eat it up. Straight out of man, don't just leave it up. Ain't got no trouble, but to beat it up. Trap hard, beat the odds, stay out of the way and run it up by any means. Ever them niggas be talking like hoes, send them shots, take your denim jeans. My young gangster on the way with that low, Cali gas, they kinda clean. Like G hit the gas, man, shower made a trap just like trampoline. In the apartment with your baby mama, I'm 2K, what you giving me head? What said it's a college line, got oxes up under the sofa bed. I get jammed up, I'ma keep it G, swear that the only way I can be. Nigga locked up and sound like a bird, and that nigga on the street. Why the struggle turned me to a beat. I remember the day we ain't even eat. Started off capping, I'm couldn't play. Now I feel like I'm big me. Say hell, trapping with the Troilo. Say he getting by the bolo. Better heard it, pussy nigga sweet. I'm gon' let it, baby, know. All I wanted was a mother, you man, look gave me that pack
DFZRadio.com.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the Vermi-Bat Guano Fertilizer and the Vermi-Blood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Hey guys, this is Alice Moon. I'm sending some major love to the hydroponic chef. He did an epic job at the High Times Cook-Off, so go follow him. I'm high now. Sending some love, 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 love.
DFZRadio.com.
Drink in my cup, someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup, someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. That's D, got me smoking the best, no stress cheese. Now hold up, roll up. Check the situation, about to go nuts. With a little bit of perk up in my cup, you could tell the bartender to fill it on up. That's alright, baby, work your stuff. And that's all night, baby, work your strut. You and your friends can ride when I go.
All right, we're back. Farm to Table Cannabis. We're in the studio with Chronic Elixir. I think we just lost Jerome.
He went on a store run real quick.
He went on a beer strike. He's pissed.
A beer run, yeah.
So yeah, man, you guys, we got pineapple, we got watermelon, we've got the strawberry. What's next on the flavor for Chronic Elixir? What's 2018 hold for people?
Jason, go ahead, take it.
We got some coffee flavors coming up next. Some caramel, maybe some mocha.
Something you can start your morning off right with. I see what you're doing there.
Something you can put in your coffee, something you can put on top of your ice cream.
Some caramel, wake and bake, some dessert squirt. I dig it. I see what you're doing there.
Wake and drink.
Wake and drink. Easy there. That's copyrighted to all you out there at DFZ Radio listeners land. So we're back, man. We're hanging out. I can already can already feel it a little bit. You know, when the cannabis starts kicking in, the back of your ears start getting hot. You start feeling that feeling in your nose. That's where I'm at right now. So Chronic Elixir, that's definitely hydroponic chef approved. What are some of your favorite ways to mix this stuff, you guys? You just saw me do a cocktail with the mango michelada, the pineapple michelada, and the green tea with the strawberry. What do you like to do?
One of my absolute favorites is definitely like the pineapple going into like an orange Fanta. It's like a cactus cooler. Any of the flavors pretty much in the morning with any berries or bananas for a smoothie, on point. Like it just blends in perfectly. Jason's a big, huge fan of doing the syrups, pancakes, waffles, and all that.
What about alcoholic beverages? What do you guys think about crossfading and shit?
It's been a huge popular with our clientele base that, that's one of the first things that they ask is this, being able to go ahead and mix up with your alcoholic beverage and
vodka, cranberry, and Chronic Elixir.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very nice.
That's a good mix right there, and you can make any martini better.
Any
with a little
martini
bit of
better, and it's going to make any drink better, hands down. I mean, you're going to feel better than you did off that first.
Speaking of which, this is awesome. This
the michelada one.
Yeah.
So look, you guys, we got Jerome in the studio. He's Instagram live in it. We got the speakers connected to the phone. Jerome,
I can see his face right
Jerome,
there.
you're on. We can hear you. Jerome, talk.
You get Modelo?
Look at him. He's inside picking up the drink.
Is that DFZ beer?
Jerome, do something crazy in the liquor store. Holy shit, he's robbing the liquor store.
He's boot ganging it.
Yeah, any martini can be made better with a little bit of Chronic Elixir, and we'll find out when Jerome gets back with the other products. But now, where can people find your guys' product at if they want to get a hold of them?
Right now, people can find us for like deliveries. Right now, we're in OCFC, that's Orange County Flower and Concentrate. Also, Pat's Legacy and the Cloudery are some ones you're going to find down south. And some other, we were in New Generation, also up in Santa Ana.
Great, there you go, getting expanding there. And now licensing, I know everyone's getting their licensing things figured out. We can expect to see you guys be a part of this in the future. Are you guys going to stay on the medical side?
Well, we are going to be doing both recreational and medical.
Diversify, I
yes.
dig it. Hell yeah.
We have the way that we've been moving and operating for as short as we have. We've been not expanding ourselves too quickly and just weighing our options properly and seeing that we are go full force with 2018 and do this proper.
Jerome's vaping in the gas station right now, you guys. He's actually smoking in the gas station. Jerome, you're a beast, fool. He don't give a fuck. Oh, shit. And so what are some of the hurdles you guys have had to overcome coming out with a cannabis product, just creating it from...
A lot of R&D. With that, I mean, first, like you said individually, in the beginning, we were doing everything ourselves, from sourcing the material, testing the trim and everything, and then running it ourselves into our own full spectrum oil, decarbing it, and doing that. So a lot of with the R&D coming into people always telling you it's a clean product, it's good, it's that and the other, but I'm not going to believe it. So, it's taking to one laboratory and another laboratory because there's so much inconsistency.
It's a lot of back and forth
Yes.
with going to a vendor, getting oil, them telling you one thing, taking it to the lab, getting it tested, and knowing whether or not you can trust that person.
Right, and so you guys have to do a lot of the guinea pigging yourself, a lot
Pretty
of the
much.
testing yourself, a lot of the running from lab to lab. Now, labs, like, I'm just going to throw it out there. What do you think about the whole pay-to-play thing? You think there's people out there paying to get their product tested to pass? Or how reliable is this?
I think...
that's a very good topic.
We actually know someone who did a blind study.
Yeah.
And his name's Patrick, and he went in with a documentary crew. And
it was a news crew from like the Channel 5 or Channel 10, like L.A., and he brought them in with him to go ahead and do this.
And independently, they both turned in the same samples of winterized oil, but they went in, an hour apart and didn't pretend like they didn't know each other. Patrick has an established relationship with all of these labs. They went to like 10 different labs, and Patrick got good results back for everything, and then the journalist results were all over the board. And so it showed two things. It showed, one, that there's no standard across these labs. The results are all over the board. And it showed, two, that if you if you have an established relationship with the lab, that they're going to be friendly with you because they want you to come continue business.
Right. So it's a longevity thing for them, not necessarily a credibility thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame that it's come to that. Hey, look who's here with Modelo's. Jerome, were you smoking in that fucking gas station?
Yes, I smoked quite a few puffs. I took some out of the beer aisle, took one at the register, and one out the dope.
You're like a 38-year-old Cartman, fool. You just walk around,
Fuck your shit, man. I'll fucking do what I fucking want.
I love it.
Thank you.
What's the next
sir.
event you guys going to be at? You guys do the High Times events. I know it's first place we met each other, but after that whole debacle out there in the fucking desert, we're not sure if people want to be involved with that. Are you guys in or not?
Nah, I mean,
I think our next one's going to be pre-roll party, right?
Yeah,
There we
pre-roll
go.
party.
We're trying more sessions now,
Nice.
more intimate opportunities, because you get to talk to people and really spread your brand. You know,
You just nailed it right there. Is that's one of my favorite things to do. And at some of these bigger things, you're over talking. I guess you can call them singers or rappers or people on the stage that are yelling, and you're trying to really explain your product to people that are newcomers who are literally coming to these big events.
One of the worst things about the new trade show,
Yeah.
that is
No
turning
air
into the
conditioning.
festival,
Yeah.
is
Second
the having
fucking
to
that.
yell over
Yeah.
that, is having to yell over everybody, and then the fact there's no air conditioning.
For real.
But so what do you think about only being able to have these licensed cannabis events that aren't medical only at these fairgrounds?
I mean, that's another one. I mean, it seems like if it's also a pay-to-play type thing too.
You tell me where I can do it. I'll be there.
I like your method. That's it. Put me in, coach. I'm there. So, all right. Well, we're going to take another quick commercial break, you guys. We're going to come back, and then we'll have some more with Chronic Elixir, and we'll have some more with Jerome and me when these fucking edibles kick in, because we getting faded.
Oh, you're still waiting?
If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. Rest in peace, Bob Marley. My blunt got a cold cut, Steve Harvey. I catch the buds with my glove, Steve Garvey. Quick to roll in the club, cause we party. They asking where the bomb at, cause everybody in the club smell that. It's Breeze, get loaded TV, smoke about a pound every day of the week. Roll so fast you didn't see him coming your way. Turned around and there was a blunt up in your face. You must have thought that I was finished. The Breeze is never stingy with the spinach. Rolling up some trees. You can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt.
I love the stickiest weed, cause I'm a Cali baby. Started from that chocolate tie from them early 80s. Now it's OG, a perfect mix with my OE. The shot of lean had a G moving slowly. Apparently, you ain't never smoked like me. Load these switches up like they was some magazines. I got some bad bitches rolling up blunts for me. Hop in the rotation, true story you can see. Even your bitch eyeballing wanna hit the tree. Smoking on weed, living life with my homie Breeze. I got that green thumb, I grow my own fucking weed. And if I got some problems, I'm hitting heavy tea.
Rolling up some trees. You can smoke with me.
Hi, and welcome to Non-Specific Hydro.
Yeah, hey, I have a buddy of mine that was telling me about a great additive.
Okay, do you remember the name?
Yeah, his name's Steve. He's a good buddy.
No, the product.
No, he told me it was a super concentrated organic enhancer. Comes in a yellow bottle.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics.
I don't think that was the name, but he also told me it was a vegan bioplant stimulator that contained vitamins, plant sugars, amino acids, seaweed extract.
Yeah, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
I don't think that's it, man. He told me it was something like Dora Vicious Flush or something, and he said it was like an organic supplement that could also be used in vegging or flowering, and that it was compatible with hydro, soil, and cocoa.
Yes, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
Oh, hey, man. I just remembered what it's called. It's Floralicious Plus.
Oh, good. I was drawing a blank.
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. Ask for it by name.
What up, people? It's your girl, Justina Valentine, and I'm rocking out with the Saint 562. Let's go. Word.
DFCRadio.com.
Reach out to all of the ganja smokers across the world. Global, hiring, lights it up.
On fire, can you light it up? I wanna burn the thing that's saying, yeah. On fire, come raise me up higher. I'm back to receive it. Natural healing. I don't wanna smoke the herb alone. No, I don't wanna puff it to your home. Loving you is where I wanna be. Smoking ganja by the sea. Hella up the mountain we can go. We can grind and pack and rip a Cheerio. Loving you
We're
is
back.
such a
We're back. Before she busts into the chorus and starts making our ears ring, that shit is cool. Hyrie, she's bomb as shit. She easy to look at and easy to listen to. Saint, we got another call coming in.
Yeah.
Let's just answer it live on the air.
Thank you.
Farm to Table Cannabis, you're on the air.
Oh, for real?
Oh, you right in. You didn't even have to wait. We're not even screening calls now.
Oh, damn.
It happens like that. Who we speaking to and where you calling out
Erica
of?
from Kentucky.
Well, my name's Erica. I just tried to ask you a question on IG because I got some shit from you last week and I wasn't trying to be a hog, but I need to ask something.
Well, shit, we're here for you to win. We're your huckleberries.
All right, well, that's what's up.
So, Erica, got a gardening question for me and Jerome and the boys over at Chronic Elixir?
Yep. So I need to ask you, I'm getting ready to harvest again. What's the best way to actually do it? Take it apart or hang it all as a hoe? Because I've heard so much shit from so many people.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to go over this again, too. You're the second person that called with that same question today. So to save your smell, we're going to have you make a recommendation that you tear off about 80 to 90% of all the fan leaves, then hang your plant upside down. From there, Jerome, what was the humidity? About 60% humidity, you thinking?
65 degrees temperature, Fahrenheit, 60% humidity.
And that's like that's the key to help preserve most of the smells and those aromas. Now,
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. I just wanted to know that I was actually doing it the best possible way.
so
Yeah, like if I
okay,
if
oh
it's
word,
branch
so
to
word.
branch or just the whole thing.
Yeah,
Because I got some dank shit.
we don't doubt that. Tell Jerome how frosty your weed is.
It's frosty. Check it out. It's Growella.
No, I follow you.
What kind of nutrients are you using out there, Miss Erica in Kentucky?
Do what?
What kind of nutrients are you using out there?
Well, we was using some ionic, and we started using, what'd you start using? Some Humboldt right now.
All right, not a bad
In-house
mix.
gardens.
Not a bad mix. So
Cool.
when it comes time to harvest, you just cut them right at the stalk. You turn them upside down, and you tear the fan leaves off. Or you can tear the fan leaves off while it's still standing in the pot. But I found it easier to pluck up instead of have to pluck down. So that's an easy way to do it. That if you leave the plant intact, I think it's going to be more. It's going to be more useful in the long term of keeping the flavor. If you break it down into branches, it's still going to be okay. It's going to dry faster. But I think the long term, you're probably going to take a minute to trim. It's going to take you a long time to get all that done. So maybe do it in batches. Harvest one, harvest a minute, give it a day, harvest again. Because, if you have the room to do that, that might be a good recommendation. And some people turn the lights off for 2 days. Jerome, what's your thought on that?
Well, since I follow her, I know that she's got a few impressive pictures of plants. I think you have one you got like 15 zips off of?
Yeah.
So, for instance, are these bigger plants like those or smaller plants?
That was actually the biggest one I've ever had. I'm usually pulling anywhere normally between a good 5 to 9
5 to 9 ounces?
on auto, yeah.
So, for instance, if you're doing, let's say, anywhere from like 1 to 4 ounces a plant, I would say hang the entire plant. Once you do that, if you want to break it down about 4 ounces per bundle, we'll call it at that point, if you break down the actual plant, I'm more of a fan of trying to hang it with as much on the plant still. I think it preserves a lot of the flavors. I think the plant is doing a lot of exchange with itself, pulling and wicking that moisture from the inside to the outside, and having those different fan leaves and sugar leaves. I've just been, in theory, until it's proven wrong, I guess, I feel like the best is typically like that.
I mean, on your 3 pound, almost 4 pound plant, that wasn't hung by itself. That shit was broken down into pieces. No.
Actually, because it had to be videotaped, we had to take it down as an entire plant to hang it as well. Because we had to weigh it at the takedown to show the size of it as well. So it was over 4 feet in diameter in all ways. It took 3 people to actually hold the plant up, and it took us a big pair of bolt cutters to cut it down. But, to hang that plant upside down, we never dried it like that. I dried it, I think, between... I want to say about 6 to 8 different hangers, roughly. So, it wasn't dried all together. Now, when people say a whole plant, for me, I'm thinking more of like a larger plant for most people. And most people are running about anywhere from 8 to 16 plants in a 4x4 area typically. And for those type of plants, yeah, you're going to hang the whole entire plant for sure. But once you start to grow monster plants, you're not hanging the entire plant at that point.
Precisely. So we hope that's been a help for you, Erica. Do you got any other questions before we let Jerome drink
I'm about
himself?
to flip that alien versus triangle upside down, dude.
What about upside down?
What about alien versus predator?
Flip it.
Oh, you're about to flip what?
The plant upside down. I'm not going to separate it no more. I'm going to flip that whole plant upside down.
Oh, atta girl. There we go. Cool. Sorry. I think we're all high. We've been drinking edibles.
Yeah, that elixir's kicking your ass right now.
That's right. You got
one of
it.
those things, too, is when you're drying, make sure you don't have a fan directly blowing or oscillating directly onto the plant. That's a big no-no. So a lot of people think that's part of the drying process. You don't want to have that.
All right. Erica, we're going to hook you up and get you on some organic. You're in soil, right?
No, I'm DWC.
Oh, yeah, that's right. From last week. That's right. Yeah. Hey, if I couldn't, I've been drinking.
I'm a motherfucking... I tell people I'm a stoner if I hold my shit.
So we're gonna hook you up with some General Hydroponics Flora Series starter pack. That's gonna be easy one to get you going. It's got the Grow, Micro, and Bloom in there. It's everything you need to custom tailor your DWC system to whatever you want. So we're gonna ship that out to you.
Give me nothing.
Oh, she's being too nice. She called in.
I
That's a good
suggested
question.
to her about the Botanicare kind, the GH 3-part series that he's talking about. Either one of those are going to be a great way for the DWC because there's not a lot of different biofilm that's going to accumulate, especially because I already remember as one of your things is you don't have a water chiller to keep the water temperature down. So you want to try and not use as many biologicals at this point. In my opinion, I would really recommend adding a hydrogen peroxide in there at a dilution rate of 1 to 3 milliliters per gallon. For any hydrogen peroxide that's up to a 35% concentration is perfectly safe.
All right. Boom.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Erica, who's hooking you up every Tuesday night with the top grow advice and recommendations?
The hydroponic chef.
That's right. Thank you, girl. We're going to make a watermelon bong right now in your honor. Talk to Chronic Elixir.
I'm watching you on IG still.
That's right. Atta girl. All right, you guys.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
I don't know how to hang up. I don't know how to do it. Cool. So, yeah, Jerome, we're gonna hang out here. We're gonna keep on drinking some more.
Now.
Yeah.
I've never done it out of a watermelon.
You never made a watermelon
apple.
I've never done watermelon. I've done a lime.
That's why this dabber eye from my good Instagram friend John Cretella is perfect. Cut a little hole in there. I'm gonna stab my little dabber in there and try not to stab myself. And then you can use a bottle. You can use whatever you want. That works.
What the fuck?
You don't have to poke it all the way through?
Oh, shit.
It's got complete airtight right there. And I drank them too on accident.
Wait, you ain't got to hollow a hole down?
I didn't quite get down to the center, no, but we will in a minute, and we'll come back.
No shit, you stuck it in 3/4 of a fucking inch.
Here.
Oh, a knife?
Damn, we just got American Pie. He just fucking stuck his whole finger in there.
How else would you do it, right? Stick your finger. What is it? Georgie Porgy had a watermelon? So, yeah, we keep it classy here on the Farm to Table Cannabis Show. We like to bring you the top guests every week in the edible industry and Chronic Elixir. You guys have held it down very well. So, what's the next event you guys said you'll be at?
Pre-roll party and then Dabathon Cup after that.
And then where can they find your product at?
They can find us over at the Orange County Flower and Concentrate, the Cloudery, and Pat's Legacy.
All right. You guys have been gracious guests. Are you guys going to get high with us off this?
Of course.
Watermelon bomb?
We're going to smoke some watermelon.
Yeah.
And maybe drink some watermelon too.
Lick that hole.
Pretty good. All right. So every Tuesday night, we're hooking you up. Top edible brands and the top products in the industry. Farm to Table Cannabis, dfzradio.com.
With enthusiasm, bro.
I'm concentrating.
You must have two stickers sensi under your tongue. I said, no, officer, Lord, you must be mad. He only smokes cigarettes and strictly shag. Oh,
it's all about that. Mary Jane. Hey. You know what? I'm a sad. Yep. I'm yawning 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm breaking out the bag of weed. I break it up, then I'm rolling. Yep. Fuck it, I'm jonesing. Waking, baking, I'm stoning. If there's a girl in the bed rolling. Yep, fuck it, I'm boning. Yep. Oh, yeah, okay. Lighting trees up, tough smoke. I'm puffing on the best. You just smoke it, some shit that's just okay. Okay, yeah. You go smoke that, hey, I'm alright. I'ma smoke that high grade every day. I know still high grade when me smoking. Them must see things say a joking when me alla. I know still high grade when me smoking. Them must see things say a joking when me alla. Give me that good. Call the risk, call it the fucking motherfucker. Jabba base on the best. Straight from Cali FedEx. I'm like, hold up, what's next? I'm smoking so much I got a motherfucking pain in my chest. Yeah. Going bananas, I roll a couple, spit them motherfuckers look like bananas. Yeah, Cooper Cup bananas. I'm trees, ocean, savannas. I'm living life. Plus a couple bricks that shot for me, nanas. I'm talking about high grade when me smoking. They must see things say a joke thing when me all